What's up, everybody? It's Friday. This is Bunmi here with part two of the video on attitude. I'm really excited to do this video today because, believe it or not, I had something that happened to me today that is a perfect example of how attitude plays a role in our life. And it's such a poignant example because I am going to tell you exactly what happened to me today because I had a bad attitude. Yes, that's right. I could feel it. Like I got to a place that I don't normally get to. And I knew I had to do something to shift this attitude around. So let's go back and let's review yesterday. And God, it's just amazing how He works because I think He did this, He allowed this, or I allowed it in this experience to happen because since I was doing studying and teaching on attitude, I really had to go through like a real live lesson on it myself. So that was awesome. Okay. But yesterday I told you how attitude is really a misunderstood term. Not a whole bunch of people can define it or even explain it. We've been hearing about the word attitude since we were knee high to a grasshopper, as my third grade teacher used to say. As we were really, really little in school, our teachers told us to fix our attitudes. Our moms told us to fix our attitudes. Just attitude was just something that we heard and we kind of figured out, we thought what it was, but most people really don't know what it is. So I share with you the definition. Attitude is the composite of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. And I showed you how that we write out the word attitude and we assigned the number of the letter to where it is in the alphabet, that is going to equal 100. It's going to equal to 100. Do you see that? When you add those numbers up, if you've never done this exercise, I want you to try it. And that proves that God knew what He was doing. And that when we say attitude is everything, isn't that something? Add it up and it'll equal 100. Okay. So we talked about this composite of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. And we talked about thought. This is what I want you to understand. The first part of attitude is that thought. And we can think whatever it is that we want to think. I had to remind myself of that today because when I assessed my attitude, it was poor. It was down in the dumps. There was a situation going on, had something to do with a personal relationship of mine, and I was not feeling good about this. I was not feeling good about this person. It was making me get in a real bad way. And I'm like, no. This is my life, my responsibility. I must shift this. I was consciously aware of the vibration I was in. We're going to talk about feeling in a moment. And I said, I've got to do something about this. So William James said, one of the greatest discoveries of our time, meaning the time he lived in, was that we can change our life by changing our attitude of mind. We can change our life by changing our attitude of mind. Boomy, you need to change your attitude of mind. I know that I don't attract, none of us attract good things when we're thinking negative. So, okay, I need a shift. So, what I did, I went outside. I got on my grandkids' trampoline and just like that movement, that action, being out, deep breathing in the air, a little bit of sunshine, vitamin D, I started to feel okay. I was starting to raise the vibration, starting to feel a little better. Then I said, let me go on a walk, right? I'm going to walk. My street for me is just magical because that's where I do. When I get to places where I got to get outside and get my mind right, I love walking up and down on my street in front of my house. Some great insights have happened to me on my street. And so I'm walking and I'm speaking and I'm affirming. The first thing I do to raise my vibration is to get into a better state of gratitude. I start going over the things I'm grateful for. I'm telling you, great gratitude just will shift you just in thanking God. Like you can't stay in a bad place when you're being so thankful for what you have. So that started my shift. So I want you all to use that. If you need to raise your vibration, raise where you are because you're feeling low, just get into the attitude of gratitude. So that started. And then I started going over like Who am I and what do I know to be true? I'm not going to get into all this because the video will be like for 30 minutes. But as I start going into who am I really? And what do I know to be true of this powerful self, the spirit being that I am, just living in this body that's all powerful, that is one with the one that created the universe? Woo! Talking about raising that vibration. Oh, it started doing something to me. Yes, okay. I feel better. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So I stayed outside and I kept walking and I kept speaking and I kept affirming and I kept affirming and I kept saying, listen, I can think anything that I want. That's one of the awesome freedoms that we get as humans with this intellect. We can take our conscious mind, this reasoning faculty, and we can think anything that we want. We can imagine anything that we want. And so I started imagining what I wanted to be true for me, what I knew to be true for me, and started impressing that in my subconscious by emotionalizing it. And I started feeling better and better and better and better. Whew. And I said, I'm not going to go in the house until I know that like I'm walking on sunshine. And so I did that until I felt that feeling like, ooh, this is a good place. Yes, I know I am in the right place. And so it really, that was the work I had to do to shift this attitude. But it all starts with your thoughts. Because remember, there's a power that is flowing to you and through you every second of the day. The power is neither good or bad, positive or negative. It just is. But by virtue of your thoughts, by virtue of the thoughts that you think, the thoughts that I think, we make it what it is. And so sometimes, even when you're feeling then that down and blah and bad, you got to know these truths. And I had to say to myself, it is my responsibility to, in this moment, to reach for that highest thought that I can feel and think that good thought. Think the things that are in harmony with what I want for my life. And what I want for my life is good. So I had to reach onto those good thoughts, right? So, attitude, first thing is thought. So I was started thinking good thoughts. Well, I had to start speaking. Wrote a book called If You Want to Speak It. So I started speaking out loud truths that I know, right? Which helped me to think more positive thoughts that are in harmony with those good truths that I know that are real for my life. And so then, I guess what that started doing? That started putting me, those thoughts, as I was speaking them, and as I was being grateful for what I was seeing and wanted, that starts to be impressed in your subconscious. Now, it takes time over time through repetition. We actually impress our subconscious, but you got to start. So, in that moment, as I was doing these practices, I just started to feel better. So let me tell you what that means. So feeling is the second part of attitude, the way that we feel. So I could feel my vibration rising. So we don't go around and say, oh, I am just vibrating very high today. Normally we don't use those words. We just say, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling, I'm feeling sad or whatever. So, but being in a high vibration, we typically say, oh man, I feel so great. And we use the word feeling to denote that we are consciously aware of the vibration that we are in. So we use the word feeling as a way of saying, I am consciously aware of the vibration I am in, whether the vibration is good or great, and we use a high feeling frequency, feeling word, or whether the vibration is a low vibration and we use a negative word, like when we're feeling depressed or feeling down or feeling bad. We don't talk in the word vibration. Typically, we use the word, we share how we are feeling. And my vibration started rising and I started feeling better. I started feeling so different. I was consciously aware that my vibration, the frequency that new frequency, higher frequency I was moving to, was a better one, a higher one. Ooh, it feels so good to go from a low vibration to a high vibration. And so when I got to the place where I was feeling better, then I know that the third part of attitude is action. So when whatever is impressed into the subconscious is expressed in our behavior. So I started thinking to myself, okay, just in these moments of being outside, these 20 minutes, I didn't necessarily impress my subconscious fully, but I know I started doing the work, and I'm going to expect when I go back into this house for my actions need to show that there's been a change. My action needs to show that there's been a change. So, what am I going to say? How am I going to act? What is going to be the movement of my body? How is this going to be expressed? And so, when I wasn't sure, I stayed outside and I kept doing my practices until I knew I was in that right place where I was going to go in here, and the people that I were going to meet up with were going to just, it was just going to be great. And that's what it was. I went in with a pleasant disposition, greeted the person. The person greeted me back with a matching good vibration, and which was, I'm not going to say not expected, because I expect like attracts like, but not too long ago, it wasn't set up like that, right? That person's attitude was poor, and my attitude was poor. I shifted myself, and that person shifted as well. And so now I feel like I'm walking on sunshine. It feels so good, and I'm going to stay in this place. I'm going to consciously stay in this place all day, because I rarely go down to where I went today. It is often the people in our lives that we have to associate with, that sometimes we can allow these associations to take us to a place that we know is not good for us. But my admonition to you today is, don't stay there. If you fall down, and we do, all of us, we're human, we fall, but we must get up. And your job is to get up as quickly as you can. Get up as quickly as you can. I called my girlfriend today and I was like, this is the way I'm feeling, but I know I got to get to a different place. I don't even want to verbalize the negative way I'm feeling, because that's just going to cause more negative. So let me stop right here. She said, don't forget to reach for the highest feeling thoughts that you can. I did that. Wasn't very high at the moment before I went outside, but once I got outside in the sunshine, got moving, got my positive thoughts going, that brought on a new feeling, which was a higher vibration that caused me to take better actions. And now my attitude has shifted. I feel so good. I do. I feel so great. Oh, I'm so thankful. So thankful for this work. I'm so thankful for this knowledge and wisdom. So thankful for how I live my life. I think in James Allen's book, I'm about to conclude here. We talk, as a man thinketh in his heart, as a man thinketh, that's the book. But we've heard even in the Bible, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, or her heart, so is he or she. And so a lot of people are thinking heart like this organ that we have in our chest that pumps blood. But the Greeks called the subconscious mind the heart. So I want you to know, it's not as you think in your heart, the organ in your chest, but it's as you thinketh in your subconscious mind. As a man thinketh in his or her subconscious mind, so is he or she. So we must be very intentional and deliberate with what we are allowing in, what we are putting in, and what we are impressing deep within to our subconscious mind. Because whatever is impressed is expressed. And we want to make sure that we keep a great positive attitude. And remember, what are the three parts? Thoughts, feelings, and actions. And to simplify it, our attitude is the vibration that we're in. Your attitude is the vibration that you are in. So, with that, what do you want to do? You want to learn more? You want to come in more to the community? You want to really be coached through so you can live in a powerful way every single day and ask for things and it just show up and be able to create a wonderful life for yourself with the magic that's in your mind. Well, I give a free 30-minute coaching session. My company is Empower Me Now LLC. Empower Me Now Coaching works with people to coach and mentor them to achieve their goals and dreams. I love to connect with you. And if you want to see if we can resonate together, then go to empowermenow.com. That's my website, empower with an I, empowermenow.com, and schedule a time for a free 30-minute strategy session. It's going to be well worth it. So you have an awesome day. And remember, as my tagline says, you are more powerful than you know. Have a great day.